What did you see? Hmm?
It was big.
How big?
Big.
What did it look like?
Oh, no. It was fast. Too fast. Too quiet to be a plane.
OJ, are you saying what I think you're saying?
Anna? Nope.
I'm so ready to talk about Nope.
I want to hear what you got to say.
Seething with jealousy that you got to talk to Jordan Peele.
Hey, what can I tell you?
Okay, so I'm going to try to be as enigmatic but clear as possible because I don't want to spoil. I'm not going to pull a Rufus Jones.
No.
I don't want to spoil a single thing about Nope.
Okay.
It stars Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer as the Haywood siblings, OJ and Emerald. They're Hollywood horse trainers. That's what their dad used to do. When we first start the film, their dad passes away in a weird set of circumstances where a nickel falls from the sky and kills him. So they're reeling with that, but also they find out something weird is happening in their farm, in the sky. There's we can talk, it's about aliens. There's something in the sky, but I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to describe the feeling and the experience of watching Nope, because Jordan Peele, in just 3 films, has managed to make his name equivalent to a cinematic experience. And I genuinely believe it is best to go see Nope, which, as your interview really intimated at, is a film that leaves you with tons of questions. It's so much better to go and see it completely blind. Don't watch the trailer. If you see the poster, that's already too much. Just know it's a Jordan Peele film, and you're always going to be in good hands with him. And this film is big and intimate at the same time.
Right.
It's intimate because it has only really 4 characters. It's got OJ and M, the wonderful Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer especially, who just sizzles on the screen.
So great.
This woman has over 100 credits and she's 30 years old. This woman is a star and the film really lets her shine. Daniel Kaluuya, we know he's a star. He's one of the greatest actors of his generation. That man communicates more in a single eyeball movement than most actors do in their entire body. And then there's Stephen Young as Jupe, who is this sort of former child star actor who now runs a very weird cowboy-themed amusement park in the middle of nowhere, who also has another connection with the alien, which I will not go into.
And his backstory
is one of the greatest mysteries of the film.
Oh my God.
I don't want to say anything about it.
Extraordinary. The film sort of begins there and returns to it. And
it does.
That sticks to me.
And it is one of the things that after people see the film, that's going to be a rabbit hole to spend a lot of time on the internet in. And it's big because I think more than Get Out and more than Us, this is a film that uses landscape and has this massive scope. It has elements of a Western because of the way it uses the landscape. It feels huge. I watched it at a screening at the IMAX, and it felt like it deserved that space. And because there's so few characters, you get so attached to them, and the story is so small, really, by comparison.
Yeah.
This is what's exciting. It feels very subversive in a way. It is not an alien movie, because sometimes when you say, oh, it's a movie about aliens, you think like, oh, it's going to be Independence Day, or it's going to be like Alien, the horror movie. There's going to be a big creature. We're going to need to kill it. It's so much about very normal people dealing with a set of very unusual circumstances. And what would they do? The characters are so well drawn. They always stay true to themselves. The relationship between the siblings and how they relate to everyone else around them as these extraordinary things are happening are very, very believable and well drawn. And at the same time, you get to know them, you care about them, and you're thrust with them into this quite intense, mind-boggling, mysterious situation. And what do you do? And the thing why I'm really emphasizing and being really cryptic about it, don't watch anything about this movie in advance, because it is so rare for us to go into a cinema and know nothing. See a story that we haven't seen before, that's not based on IP. See it told by someone who is excited by the possibilities of directing, like your interview really showed us, and who loves the genre, but also knows where the genre has been lacking. And there's something about the fact that it is a flying saucer movie that makes it kind of old-fashioned, but completely modern. I haven't seen a flying saucer movie in a while. It's a very 50s concept, really. It's a very 50s style of sci-fi, right? The fear and the wonder of being confronted with, oh, wait, there are aliens in space. Oh, wait, it's a giant, ginormous thing that I need to deal with. Couldn't possibly deal with that. And also with these characters who are so isolated in their own way and grounded in a completely different way, such different personalities too. Like, what do people do when confronted with the unanswerable and the unimaginable and the inconceivable? And I know this is something that Jordan Peele is fascinated with just through his other two films, but also through his remake of the show The Twilight Zone.
Yes.
He loves to pose questions. And I love that about him as a filmmaker. He's not going to give us answers. He's going to say, I'm fascinated by spectacle and exploitation is something that he's mentioned in some interviews that he's done. And you get the spectacle and you see what he's trying to say about exploitation. And then once you leave the cinema, you could spend hours and days talking about this movie. It leaves you with so many questions. And isn't it fun to go see a film and not have every single question answered?
3 days after I saw this film, I physically stopped in the street and suddenly thought, Daniel Kaluuya's character is called OJ.
Yes.
Who's the most famous OJ?
They make a joke about that.
Right. Oh, did they? I went to the loo halfway through. But the idea that the most famous OJ that ever was watched by the world from the sky as he drove his Ford Bronco across LA. You just realize that every square inch of real estate in this film means something.
It does.
And if you don't get it, that's fine. You'll get it in a week. And this film just gives and gives. And as if you need any more temptation, I would say that this, Jordan, either consciously or unconsciously, is grabbing that Spielberg 70s period of Jaws, Close Encounters, maybe even Sugarland Express slightly before, and just reaching into that arc and kind of mashing in his own way.
It's the Spielberg awe. There's a great video essay somewhere on YouTube about the Spielberg face, which is, someone looking upward in wonder.
Yeah, it's Laura Dern in Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Oh, it's there's a character in every single Spielberg film that has the face of the Spielbergian wonder.
Yeah, we watch people watching things in Spielberg films.
And this Nope really captures that sense of wonder and awe when confronted with something so much infinitely bigger than yourself and than anything you've ever seen before.
I'm so glad you liked it. It made my week seeing that film.
I'm very proud that you haven't spoiled it for the listeners.
Thank you. The butler did it.
Thanks for watching this video. We hope you like watching it as much as we enjoyed recording it. Why not check out these videos while you're here?
To be up to date on all things Kermode and Mayo's Take, follow us on our socials. They're all here below.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I would, in fact.
Yes, so did I.
Yeah.